Day 143. Good morning. Should have slept in there last night. Well, I don't have anything to sleep on. If I sleep on the ground, so I guess I couldn't have really slept in there comfortably. But it was nice in this morning. Woke up and it was actually chilly. I could see my breath and stuff. Kind of weird. Didn't expect it. Luckily, I set up for chilly. I actually put my puppies underneath my hammock. It's only really been warm enough to sleep without my puppies for a week or so. And even then, it was still slightly chilly. Slept in. That was really nice. Slept in the past 3 days. I woke up at 4 and was like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Took a leak and went right back to bed and woke up again at 6. It's probably like 7:30 now. Took my time getting ready. A few people came in last night after her sleep. One of them already took off. It was a dude named Walmart. I haven't actually met him yet. I was breaking down my camp when he left, but I heard him talking to 12. But as far as I heard, this is like his 5th time hiking this trail. I'm assuming he's done the other trails too, but I don't know. I just hear he's done this trail 5 times. And out of the 3 trails, this one is the one I would not want to do 5 times. The one I would want to do 5 times the least, I guess. This one is less exciting, we'll say. But you know how I don't know how I'll view the PCT either when I do that again. I'll probably see it as a super duper cakewalk this time. But who knows? Everything's burning. It's getting worse every year. And I swear that when I walked through it, I want to say at least 60% of the forest I was in was dead, burned. Either standing dead, recently burned, laying on the ground waiting to burn. And I have to assume that once it does burn, it doesn't come back for quite a long time because those things burn hot. It's on fire right now. I wonder if the smoke will affect the sunsets out here. Or are they what? Because I've seen the sun change a few weird colors, but I'm assuming they're local fires. Alright, we are headed into town. Pick up a package. Get 12 super feet insoles and her trekking tip poles. I'll put those on for her. Maybe find some breakfast or something. That's always cool. Alright. And we're off. We are on the trail. Oh, what? Down tree already? Oh, this is getting intense. Very recent trail maintenance. It's still a nice trail under there. There's a certain bounce in the boards that makes it a little difficult to walk. Like something you might find in a fun house. A swamp. That patch over there is very rectangular. Too much to be natural in hands. What's up with that? Ooh. So I've been studying up a little bit on those egg sacs, the bugs themselves. And they are going to be such a huge threat in this country. They're going to spread like wildfire until we figure out some way to stop them. It's really hard to stop bugs, especially ones like that. These things have no predators here. They happen to display colors that our birds or our predators see as threatening, you know, like maybe it doesn't taste good or maybe it's poisonous. So they're not being eaten by much. And they eat pretty much everything. So they can take the sap right out of hardwoods, fruit trees, fruits themselves, the vines of grapes. And they all came over because some dude got a shipment of rocks from China for his yard, decorative rocks. That is beautiful. I'm surprised it wasn't more buggy here. So we got spit out onto the road here, and there are blazes on the enhanced telephone poles. But the fact that all these trees are still alive, I don't think they're swampy trees. I think this swamp is recent. I don't remember swamp last time. And when we look at the map, we are not on the red line right now. I think the red line goes through the swamp because it wasn't a swamp. I mean, trees like that don't grow out of swamps. Pretty sure. I mean, you know, I'm no botanist. Flo was just looking at her maps, and she knows that this road happens to go right to the post office. What do you know? No muss, no fuss. I think I found the Addams family's house. It's falling apart, but people still live there. Look, a duck. This is Main Street. No sidewalks on Main Street. No shoulders on Main Street. Small town America. So we get to the post office. 12 has to pee, so she heads over to the general store. But the lady sees us outside. She had just pulled in, and she comes out and opens the door and says, "Hey, you expecting a package?" I was like, "Yeah, we're here to pick one up." And she's like, "What's the name on it?" So I told her the name. She's like, "Yeah, we have it here." I'm like, you know, it amazes me that they have memorized what's just laying around. She's like, "Yeah, we have 2 packages for her." And she's out pretty quick, so I guess I'm not getting a coffee. She said she was going to go in there and buy some coffees because she doesn't want to just use the bathroom without buying something. I mean, you get over that eventually. Yeah, I'm going to problem just using your bathroom. I'm clean about it. Don't streak the bowl or freckle it and everybody's cool. It was a nice little stop. Quick, charged my phone up while I was there. I didn't charge it last night because I know my phone is the fastest charging battery I have. So it is better to charge it when I know there's power coming up than to charge it with my battery at night and then try to charge my battery somewhere else, because those things charge super slow. So everything's all topped up again. I got to meet Walmart. Very similar energy to mine. We got along really well. Good guy. But yeah, this is like his 5th, maybe even his 6th time doing this. Somewhere in that, but he's never done another trail. I asked him why, and he's saying they're too expensive and whatnot. And I told him my take on it, because I think I actually did the PCT the cheapest out of all the trails. But that's once I knew how to hiker box it and, do it how I'm not doing it this time. Do it all cheap and you know, sleeping in weird places. This time I feel like I'm almost, what do I call it now, platinum blazing. Not that I am, but, you know, I kind of feel like that. I've been staying in a lot of places and living it up, eating all over the place. But this is an enjoyment hike. This is meant to, you don't have to suffer your second time through. I didn't suffer the first time, but, you know, more so. But I could imagine doing this trail just over and over and over, but he doesn't know what he's missing on the other ones. That's a big thing. But if you love this trail, you would really enjoy the other ones. Cakewalk's full of beauty in comparison. Sometimes. So that little town was in New York. Welcome back to New Jersey. The only place where you can legally marry your own children. Fun facts. I'm back on trail, and this is the most cicadas I've seen yet, or heard yet. Oh, evidently there's a spider web here or something. Oh, there is. Okay. Go build your web somewhere else. So our next water supply is in about 4 miles. This one is weird because we have to pay for it. It's a water machine. There was a spigot here in years past, but it is broken. They have no plans to fix it. I don't know what this is, but there's like a trail running right next to the trail. Oh, yeah, there's another marker laying down. JC73. Huh. They probably converge sometime soon, but it's weird to have 2 trails this close to each other. Well, 12 just led us in the wrong direction. 0.4. God. Luckily, we ran into a dude that was on the porch with us. And he's like, nope, you guys are traveling south. That's funny. This is such hard terrain though. I'm doing another 0.4. This is how it goes. Not on this trail though. I mean, we've done very little double miles on this trail, comparatively. But this one wasn't my fault. You. It was nice enough to leave seats so you could, you know, watch the tractor. Yep, fun stuff. But at least it's in the shade. I'd sit on them, but it's hard to sit in those with your pack on. Have a little safety meeting, give 12 a chance to catch up. But I saw there was a bridge up here on the map. Man, I like bridges. Sometimes you can hang out under them, but just being near them is generally cooler. Oh, this is my first adult version of the spotted lanternfly. Oh, there's another one. And an immature one. Oh, they're hanging under the leaves and just sucking sap. But that's my first adult one that I've noticed. Their red wings are underneath their earthy tone wings. So unless they're flying, I probably won't see the red. What are we building over here? Looks like a warehouse. And these are all the things I set up in a warehouse. Racking systems. Those hold racks together. Those are 2x4, metal 2x4s for walls. Not a fan of the metal 2x4 thing. I'm assuming it's cheaper. We realize if a fire happens, your walls expand due to heat because you have it full of metal. And then it pops holes in your walls so the fire travels through the place even faster. You can't hang pictures with a nail anymore either. Is this the trail? Oh, I better look on the map. I don't see anything to tell me where I'm going. I'm assuming it's a river, but it doesn't seem to be moving. That rivers generally went somewhere. The most stagnant river I've ever seen. Slow bump. Oil City Road, fishing and canoe access. Are we in Oil City? I thought that was in Texas or Louisiana, honestly. This bird feeder's house. He or she allows us to get water there. I also have this little enjoy rest here. Cold drinks and drinking water under the carport. Cold drinks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta take advantage of that. It's a little warm out here. Yeah, they had soda in their Sprite, Coke, and PBRs. I usually went with a Coke because just one PBR. You know, there's limit one, please, and I can understand because it's in a fridge. They're ice cold. But you know, if I could have 2 or 3 PBRs, cool, I would have went for that. But just one, Coke is where it's at on a hot day. So while we were sitting there enjoying our beverages, bird feeder came along and chatted with us for a while, let us play with her dog. And then Commissioner showed up and we peeled out because we still got some miles to do. We're not going to do big miles by any means because tomorrow, if we do a short-ish day of, 12-ish miles or so, we find ourselves at a drive-in theater. And that sounds like fun. So what we should do is stay up late tonight and sleep in tomorrow so we can stay up late tomorrow and enjoy ourselves a movie at the drive-in. I'm liking the sound. Yeah. Good times. Okay, I like this plan. We just came up with it right now. But we're liking it. So we missed our turn. We were supposed to go back there along the tree line and over and then back up this way. But once we realized we missed our turn, we were already halfway through, so there's a dotted line that connects from where that car is over to where we want to be. So that's what we're gonna do. But this is a marsh out here. Notice all the cattails. Very marshy. So hopefully this dotted line does us well. Well, so far not a bad choice. This is really well maintained. I mean, it was either this or walk back like 0.3, which is sure it's not much, but I've already done that today. And actually 0.4. We're only allowed one a day. If you can compensate for your transgression by getting out trail somewhere else without going backwards, it doesn't really count. You see, it just goes with the flow. But when you turn around and go back, that's when you did something wrong. But this does not stay a road the whole time. On my map, I interpret it as a black line that turns into a dotted line. This being the black line. The dotted line might get a little hairy. There's all a swamp out here. Saw some swans earlier, but too far away to take a picture of. Oh, a human. Oh, a few humans and their dog. Oh, I almost passed it up again. I'm having to look over at the boardwalk, or the little, boardwalks. I noticed the blaze, and I was like, oh, I'm about to miss another one. Tiny dog. They had a tiny dog. They had to pick it up because I was like, is it aggressive? She's like, yes. Yeah. So she had to pick it up, and so she picked up it. That's when it triggered in on me. I was like, oh, I want to kill that motherfucker. It's like, man, little dogs. The anger in them. Imagine the terrors they'd be if they were like 20 pounds. Because right now, I don't know, that dog probably weighed maybe 3/4 of a pound. Not a threat at all. It'd actually be adorable if it tried to attack me. I'd let it like tear at my shoelaces for a minute and think, fuck, that's cute, before I kicked it away. Size doesn't seem to matter to dogs. I've seen little dogs put big dogs in their places with just attitude alone. So I've noticed that there aren't those egg sacs in the trees any longer. Did I cross some imaginary line? Did I step out of them? Have they not invaded this far? Is there a reason why they haven't? Or is it that they can't? Does it get too cold here and they don't like it cold? I doubt it. Probably just haven't spread this far. Yeah, I'm not seeing a single egg sac anywhere, but just a couple miles back I did. I think those things are going to become a really big problem in the next handful of years. There's been a whole lot of boardwalk. I've stepped on more wood than I have dirt since I got back on the trail, by far. Not complaining, just an observation. So this is where the water machine is. Met a dude doing a little sobo out here. He's just out here parking around. He hiked back in 22. His name is Zen. But I happen to have $1 in quarters because, you know, that's how you get quarters. So I was able to pawn off the other 50 cents onto him. I was just going to leave it here as quote unquote trail magic. I don't want to carry the 50 cents around, and somebody's going to come here and water and be like, oh shit, it costs money. But we got to find where the water is first. Another one of them big ass walls. Did they move these big stones? Did they move that thing? Oh. Okay, there's a few egg sacs. There's like I wasn't seeing them for a while. I thought maybe they were done. I found that odd. Yeah, they're just not fully into this area yet, just moving in. They're spreading though, like wildfire. Once upon a time, somebody climbed this steep ass hill to build a freaking wall. You think the hill would be enough of a deterrent? You don't need a wall. It's like a hat on a hat. I just went down a Blue Blaze to the shelter. I would have taken a picture of it, but there's two really high kids in there. And I didn't want to freak them out, so I was like, nah, I've seen every shelter. You know, well, not every, but they all look pretty similar. Nothing remarkable about that one. But I had a surprise late day poop come out of nowhere. I wasn't even going to go down there. 12 went down there to use it. And I just stayed up at the trail. Had myself some safety meeting. And then when she got back, all of a sudden it was like gurgle, gurgle in my stomach or my bowels. And I was like, what? And yeah. And I really like it when they have those bundles of shavings in there. And you take a handful and put the shavings down. And I like that. Because then you get to see how much poo you made. You know, when you're just dumping on everybody else's poo, you don't know it's yours. You don't know to be proud of it or what. You can't analyze it. You gotta look at it. It's nice to be able to tell yours because it's on top of some nice fresh shavings. And I'm glad I got rid of that. I think that was the salad I ate last night. That's what I had for dinner, was one of them bagged salads with a bag of chicken inside of it. My body did a horrible thing to that salad. Glad I don't have it in me anymore. Interesting. There's cars way out here. And nuts. But far enough away to where they're not worth walking to. But rotting way out here. When the last time there was a road that led out here, I don't know. I love that kind of stuff though. Random car way in the middle of nowhere, a refrigerator in a place it just should not be. Random license plate in a tree. You know, I'm like stuck in the tree. I'm like, was it a tornado? I don't know. What's this place gonna look like next time I come here? Things are just everywhere. Everywhere. They go pretty high up the trees too. Most insects that do things low stay low. But like, you know, they got their little nest of nests. But it goes, you know, fairly high up the trees. I see to get 20 feet up. Gonna be covering our blazes with their goo. Oh, did I miss a turn? Oh, yeah. Up this thing.
Well, that explains the height in such a short period.
Oh, yeah. We did see on the map that there was a severe climb coming up, like 300 feet over point 4. And this would explain that.
I see the top already.
False summit. It's not point 4. Okay, that's pretty much it. That feels like about point 4. And if I look around, I don't see anything taller than me. I mean, other than this little thing, but hardly counts. This is the view icon on my map. It looks smoggy. You just look at that until it's hot out there. It's amazing how much a little cloud cover can change my whole scene. Drop the temperature around here. A little breeze picked up at the same time. There's been a certain crispness in the air. I'm not gonna say it's cool, but you know, it's cooler than it has been. But there's a certain crispness in the air for the past 3 whole days. It hasn't been there in a long time. We'll see how it works, but our plans have changed slightly, so we can do more miles. We found another way into town, further down the trail, that was when we found it 22 miles away from where we were, so we figured we'd do another 5 to 7 today, and then 15-ish tomorrow. And if we get to that spot between 5 and 7, the guy that we met, Zen, he's got a car. He said he'd be around there at that time, and if we wanted to give him a call, he could give us a ride in town. That would really work out, so we still get to, do decent mile days and kind of fuck off at the same time and go to a movie theater. And, there'll be food around there. The lady told us there's a breakfast place with great sandwiches. All the things I like. As I was crossing the bridge, I realized this is our water source. So we filled up more than we need. Because if we don't find a site in the next 2 miles, it's all marsh and whatnot after that for a while. So we're stuck. Probably not having a good campsite for another 4 or 5 after that. And I don't want to do that much tonight. So hoping there's something within the next mile or so. This looks like a campsite. Oh, it so is. Perfect. It's got a wall to protect me on all sides. Look at that construction. And did a nice sturdy job to stand the test of time. Nice. Okay, here's TheNightCrawler for the night. As usual, my neighbor 12. So we're looking at it tomorrow, and it's like, yeah, we could wake up early and do like 18, because it turns out we only did 10 today. I thought it was more. But do 18 to the road. But if we did that, we'd be all tired, and we wouldn't enjoy a drive-in theater or anything. But there is another road that leads to the drive-in in 9. So we think we're just gonna mosey our ass there nice and slowly, sleep in tomorrow as we did today. So we can stay up later and enjoy a movie. Turns out Wolverine and Deadpool is playing. That's pretty exciting. I mean, that's probably some funny stuff. I'm not normally into Marvel flicks, but if it's just for the comedy of it, cool. But I think the Marvel movies kind of ruined what the comic books already had going on. Just me. But that is the plan. I want to keep it light and easy, man. Don't want to push too hard, then we won't enjoy what we're going to do. So it turns out bugs do bugs. This guy's being attacked by those little flying gnats they get in our faces. They're just all over him and just swarming to death. I'm going to help him out. These bugs out there, you leave him alone. This is my buddy. All right, we're good. You cool? All right, you hang out with me for a while. Whoop. Or maybe not.